Hello everyone, my name is Nature Angel, and if you're returning, welcome back, and if you are new, welcome to my channel. I'm not going to talk super loud today because I kind of feel like my voice isn't at 100%, so I don't want to strain it. I've been talking a lot today at work. It's just been a really crazy day. So though, let's get right into what this video is going to be about. I'm going to tell you 4 different ways that you can organize yourself in the workday to kind of have the most easy workday, to have a workday that is not going to burn you out, and to kind of have a workday that feels more relaxing. So if you want a workday like that, then keep watching. So these are just some things that I do that help the workday go smoothly. Now, little disclaimer before I tell you these things, it might not always work. You might have a day that's super busy, even when you do this stuff, because being a school psychologist, things just happen. Things that you don't expect to happen. Like today, we went on a walk and teach because a student was having a seizure. No one was expecting that to happen, and yet it did. So things like that can happen. And then of course, the stuff I'm going to tell you will probably not help bring your stress levels down or make the day easier. But on a typical work day, some tips you can just incorporate in general that should help overall is what I'm going to be going over. So the first thing, taking breaks. A lot of the time, especially if I'm writing reports, I'm just sitting on a screen, looking at a screen all day. When I have my meetings, those are virtual. So again, I'm looking at a screen all day, and it's not good to just stare at a screen. It's not good for our eyes. It's not good for our health. So take breaks. That could be every hour. You just get up for 3 to 5 minutes, do a little walk around, maybe you do like a couple stretches in your office, do something that's not screen time related and something that gets you away from the work, just for 3 to 5 minutes each hour. And if you can't, like let's say you're testing and the testing is taking 2 hours, then after that, maybe take like 5 to 10 minute break if you can, and just kind of sit with yourself and relax. Maybe do a couple breathing exercises, whatever it is that's a break to you that you can do at work. Just try to take them a couple times throughout the workday. Second thing, prep beforehand when possible. So what do I mean by this? So let's say you have a meeting coming up and you know that meeting is going to be next week. Prep for the meeting. Look at the kids that are going to be in the meeting. Do they have any previous testing? Make sure that you can see all the data that you will need for the meeting. Same as if you are going to have an eligibility, maybe make sure everything's printed out and highlighted for what you want to go over, so you're not scrambling to find the words that you're going to say at the meeting. Just kind of being prepared beforehand so that you're not freaking out about what am I going to do while that happens. So I'll give you a perfect example. For eligibility meetings, I print out the copies that I need, like for the parent, for the folder, and then I print out a copy for myself. And in that copy, I just highlight the parts that I want to say because the reports are lengthy. I know people do not want to sit there and hear the whole entire report. And if there is something that they really want to look at, the report is available to them. But I'm just going to go over the main parts. So the scores, a brief explanation of what that score means and what it could be a predictor of. The important stuff, keep it short and sweet. Also, when it comes to testing, just testing in advance, like being able to prep beforehand, like, okay, I know I'm going to have a meeting for this kid in a month. So I'm going to make sure that I test them in the next 2 weeks or something like that, because you don't know if the kids are going to be absent, if they're going to miss school. I've had that happen where as soon as I got consent, I tested a kid and then they were gone for like a month and a half. And I already had my data because I did it right away. And it's because I was prepared beforehand. Like, okay, just in case if there's any absences, let me get this done. So if you can, that's a really good skill to have. To go along with the prepping beforehand, this third thing that I am going to say is plan out how your week is going to go. I usually don't go further than a week unless I have the meeting days further in advance than a week. But typically every Friday, sometimes Saturday, I will sit down and I will write out, okay, who do I want to test? When do I want to write the reports? Are there any meetings in that next week? Just to double check to make sure I have it down. Are there any emails I need to send out? Like, do I need a testing room? Do I need to look for any rating skills that I gave to teachers? All of that I write on Friday. And not just work, but even outside of work. When am I going food shopping? What do I have on the menu for the week? What ingredients do I need? So I just like to list all that out every Friday. So then the whole week I don't have to think about it. I'm like, what am I doing today? Because I'd be so lost if I did not have an agenda with all of that in. And actually, let me show you guys. So this is the agenda that I use. And I'm just gonna flip, like I have it on a random page in the future, May 2025. And it's blank because I don't have anything for May yet, but I just wanna show you. I like to do the one that has each hour. And then over here, it has the to-do list. And down here, there's notes. And this is like daily gratitude, which that's a whole other thing. Maybe I could do another video on being grateful. But anyway, what I use this for is I will write down like to the hour, what do I plan on doing? And over here, I just have everything that I plan to do. So usually though, I'll list it first and then I'll see like, okay, when do I think I'll have time based on all these things I have to do? And I'll fill in if there's any meetings or anything so that I already have it at the time. So I know this is a lot for some people. Some people don't like to have every hour. They just want to write down a to-do list. Whatever works best for you, that is what you should do. For me, it works best to have this and have it to the hour. All right, so the last thing that I have, the fourth thing, is always eat lunch. In my last vlog, I didn't eat lunch until almost like, I think it was 5 o'clock, maybe past that. And that is not the norm for me. I usually, when I'm at work, always have lunch sometime between 11 and 1:30. I will tell you, do not do what I did in the last vlog. Always eat lunch, please. I feel so much more energy when I eat my lunch at a reasonable time. Now, maybe right after lunch, I'm tired because I eat a lot of carb-heavy foods, but overall, I feel better than if I skip a meal or have a meal so late that my body feels a little off or like I feel nauseous or something just doesn't feel right. Also, when you eat lunch, you can use that as your long break. Remember earlier when I was saying we should take a break all the time?
Take breaks. That could be every hour. You just get up for 3 to 5 minutes, do a little walk around, maybe you do like a couple stretches.
Like every hour for about 5 to 10 minutes. Well, this could be your long break. Take a 30-minute to an hour break, depending on what your job will allow, and let that be your time. Like I know when I take my 30-minute lunch break, that's when I might do my German on Duolingo or watch a video on YouTube, because that's technically like my break, my lunch hours. And what I used to do my first year when I shared an office, I don't have an office that I'm sharing right now. I used to eat in my car because that was my alone time. Like now I have the office to myself, so I don't need to go out into the car. But if you share an office, or if you're just in a cramped space where you're like, I need to go, then go in your car and take those 30 minutes and enjoy it and do a little something for yourself. And then I bet when you come back in, you'll feel so much better. So I hope this video helps. It's just a couple little tricks. And honestly, I do these things as much as I can. Things happen, things come up, like how you saw in the last vlog. I wasn't able to eat lunch while I was at work. Sometimes random meetings appear and I can't prepare in advance, or a week is just so busy that I just don't have time to look up students before we are going to discuss if they need services or not. It happens, it does, but I'm here to tell you that for as much as you can help it, please try these tips, because I am telling you, they will help. Trust me. Try it and then let me know how you feel after. If you also have any tips on how to just make the day smoother in general, leave that down below. I love to hear it. I know other people probably would as well. I really hope you found this helpful. I thank you so much for watching, because I am so appreciative and thankful for you guys. So thank you again, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye guys.